We know that Jurgen Klopp is never shy, is he, in giving his opinion. What has he said this time around? What issue does he take with this tournament?
I think he was speaking in an interview with a German newspaper, and Jurgen Klopp said that the Club World Cup is the worst idea ever implemented in football. Now, a lot of people in football, especially in Europe, would agree with him. For instance, European leagues, the World Players Union, FIFA are taking legal action against FIFA over the football calendar. And a lot of people you speak to in European football will say there is just too much football. These players need a rest. It is ridiculous. The domestic season ended. They went straight off to play internationals. Some of them only had 4 or 5 days off before they had to join up with their clubs to fly out to the US for the Club World Cup. They could be here for a month. Once this is over in the middle of July, then in the middle of August, the Premier League season starts. So where are they going to have time to have a holiday? Where are they going to have time to have pre-season training? So Jurgen Klopp expressing opinions that a lot of people in European football hold. But of course, there's a different side to the story. Football doesn't belong to Jurgen Klopp. Football doesn't belong to the big clubs in Europe. The big European clubs who are here seem to be pretty happy. Manchester City are having a great time here. I think this has been a very useful exercise for them. I think they may end up becoming world champions next month in New York. They've had a chance to bed in their new players. Pep Guardiola seems to be refreshed. He seems to have a bounce in his step. He seems to have figured out the perfect work-life balance. So there is another side to the story. And of course, this is a Club World Cup. World, not European. This is not the Champions League. There are clubs all around the world, not just European clubs. So if you speak to clubs who are playing here from South America, from Central America, from the MLS, from Africa, from Asia, they are delighted that FIFA have set up this new expanded Club World Cup, because it means they get a chance to play against the big European clubs. And this tournament so far has been very competitive. You can see from the way players celebrate goals, the way Manchester City celebrated their goals against Juventus a couple of days ago here in Orlando. They are very serious about winning this tournament. And also, let's not forget about the money. Jurgen Klopp, I think, now has a senior big job at Red Bull. Red Bull own RB Salzburg. RB Salzburg have been playing in this Club World Cup. I don't think they made it out of the group stages, but they will have been rewarded handsomely just for turning up. I would estimate they probably get 20, 30 million pounds from playing in this tournament, which is a lot more than they can make from going on a pre-season tour. And the clubs who actually go deep in this tournament and get to the latter stages and maybe even win it, then you can stand to make 100, 110, 120 million pounds, which is a massive deal for clubs like Manchester City and Chelsea in the era of FFP and PSR. And one final point I would make is Jurgen Klopp, he was the Liverpool manager. He remembers every summer, what did Liverpool do? They went on pre-season tours. Where did they go to? They went to the US. They went to the Far East. So if these clubs weren't playing in the Club World Cup, I'm sure they would still be flying off all around the world to make money by playing pre-season friendlies. So what Jurgen Klopp has said is something that a lot of people agree with, especially in Western Europe. But please don't forget, people in South America play football as well. People here in the US play football as well. People in Africa play football. People in Asia play football. Why do they all have to go to Europe to play on the biggest stages? Surely it's a good thing that we've now got a rival to the Champions League as well. That's not necessarily my opinion. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate and present the other side of the story as well, rather than just Jurgen Klopp's point of view. And when he says it's the worst idea implemented in football, are you sure? What about Liverpool trying to set up a European Super League? What about VAR? There's an endless list of controversial ideas that people have come up with to change football. What about 5 substitutes that we have now, which give the bigger clubs like Liverpool such a big advantage, especially in the second half of games? So look, Jurgen Klopp is entitled to his opinion. It's an opinion that a lot of people in Western Europe share, but it's not an opinion that is necessarily shared by the whole of world football.